Hi, Georgia Sean and Swedish Joe here with the Yap today, tasting beers from
Hi.
21st Amendment. We're going to start with Hell or High Water. This is a watermelon wheat beer.
Thanks.
Well, it's a little golden, pale, pretty
Golden
pale,
pale.
lots of white head.
Yep, melon. The aroma.
Short melon.
Sweetness.
Smells like Budweiser.
Cheers.
That's what it smells like to me. Cheers.
I can taste the watermelon.
Definitely.
It is very, very light.
You think? I think the watermelon is quite dominant.
I'm talking about the beer is very
The
light.
beer is
But the
super
watermelon
light.
flavor, it tastes like, you know, if you ate a bunch of watermelon.
Yeah.
maybe
Pour some beer over it.
Yeah, exactly.
We have an expert with this today, so.
Just beer.
You know, try that. You could maybe taste a light watermelon.
I don't taste watermelon.
You must. It's so obvious.
I'm not a beer connoisseur.
No, but you, I thought you knew your melons.
So,
So the melon.
Do you like it or not?
The melon comes at the
Not
back of
really.
the tongue. So if you take the beer, kind of run it over the back of your tongue. Yeah, it's
I
definitely
mean, easy drinking.
easy.
okay, taste the watermelon.
See,
Good.
+1.
Yes.
For the team.
Yes.
Well, we'll finish this and move on to beer number 2.
I'm finally catching on.
All right, now we're gonna go ahead and move on to the Sneak Attack Saison.
Sneeze attack.
Sneeze Attack. Sneak Attack. Saison, of course, is a farmhouse style ale. It would be most well known back with Flemish field workers who needed a low alcohol
Thank you.
Something to
beer
drink
to
during
drink
the day.
during the day. This, of course, is not a low alcohol version. This, I think, is 6.2%.
Improvement.
Do you want some of mine?
Be happy to take some of yours.
All
There you go.
right.
Well, first off, again, it's got that kind of
Golden.
pale to golden.
Pale.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
White, frothy head here.
A lot of small bubbles.
It's a little yeasty smelling.
Yes.
Not surprising. It's got a little bit of that astringent yeast at the end. Something, yeah. Well, cheers.
Cheers.
Very mellow.
It is mellow.
Not offensive.
Nope, not offensive at all.
Nope.
It tastes different than what you would expect based on the smell.
Does. Correct.
Absolutely
Catching
correct.
on.
Yeah, I mean, that yeasty smell, you expect it to come and be a very kind of either sour or something, and it's just a very mellow, clean beer.
Yeah. You could never guess it is 6%
Yes.
or more.
And that, I mean, that's the part, I mean, as I tasted it, I go, this, I mean, again, I wouldn't know for real life, but this is what I would imagine the Saison in real life would have tasted like back when you were working in the field. Very just easy drinking beer.
Yeah.
But it definitely wouldn't have been 6.2%. It would have been 3%. Otherwise, your field hands would have been drunk out in the fields by the afternoon as they were in the sun.
I'm sure they kind of were anyway.
Trying to figure out if I taste anything. It's not a lot of hop. There's, I mean, it's just kind of a light, malty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very light.
Not a lot of bitterness.
No,
Almost
no,
none.
no.
Any other thoughts, Mr. Joe?
No, it's a nice beer.
It's nice.
Yeah.
All right, well, we'll finish this off. Cheers.
Cheers, Kim.
So we're ready for our next beer. This is one of their Tales of the Kettle homebrew competition beers. It is a Scottish style ale brewed with black tea, and I believe it's called Slainte to the Queen.
Let's see. Aha, now we get some
Good.
color suddenly. Yeah, look at this. Look at this. Wow. Dark brown beer with a less brown head, but still very rich.
It's, yeah, amber brown,
Yeah.
kind of an off-white, going on tan head.
That one's a tan for sure. Yeah.
I can smell the tea.
Can you smell the chocolate behind the tea?
Yeah. Oh, cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah, there's a caramelly chocolate
Yes,
kind
there
of
is.
hits. No hops, just a very smooth malty beverage.
All of them has so far been very smooth.
Yeah, very smooth.
Very easy to drink.
When tasting the beer, it's good to take a swig and kind of roll it through your mouth, because your mouth has a whole bunch of different sensors everywhere to taste different kinds of taste.
Yeah, that's what
It's like Listerine. I can get the tea, but really it's just the malt. Very
malt, but and chocolate, definitely for me. Well, no coffee this time.
no, definitely no coffee. It's another mellow, easy drinking beer.
I can drink a couple of this one.
It's definitely a different style. I mean, it follows the Scottish style, a little malty,
Yeah. But nice.
but nice. What did you think?
Not bad.
Not bad.
See.
Says a lot from the app.
Yes.
Cheers.
Cheers. So next we'll move on to the Down to Earth Session IPA. So Christina,
Pretty caramel color.
Yeah.
I'll give you a little more, buddy.
Oh, thanks.
This smells very nice.
Yes. It's grassy. A little bit of citrus there.
Oh yeah. Mostly grass.
You smell the grassiness?
Yep.
Hops put in a pronounced amount of some aroma, grassy, citrusy,
And the color you would expect.
earthy in some cases, not in this case. Yeah, it's
I mean,
definitely
that's the color I expect from section.
exactly it's
Yeah.
golden
Yeah.
with some whitehead. What a shock. Cheers.
Cheers.
It's not bad.
It's not bad at all. Also, the aroma tells the truth this time.
Yes. It definitely tastes like it smells.
Smells.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
A light bitterness compared to what I imagine some of our future IPAs will be in this list.
I mean, this brewery must specialize in easy drinking beers.
This is definitely.
Yeah. All of them.
Yeah.
Kind of just.
This is beer number 4, and this is easy drinking.
Yeah.
This is definitely sitting on a raft or, you know, or in a boat, you know, just hanging out in the heat.
So we moved away from the field.
We moved to
A
the
bit.
field, and now we're hanging on. You know, right?
So we moved from the field to the
To the beach.
beach.
Yeah. Easy living.
But it's not a very strong beach. It's a river bank.
Yeah.
Watch out for the alligators.
I like this one. As I said, I mean, it's an everyday kind of session, you know, right? So it means it's, you know, what, 4 and change %. So that's not that bad of an alcohol content. You get a nice tasting IPA. It's not overwhelming, so you can drink several of them. So you just, you know, you won't be hit with hops, and then get that hop overload where you.
No, this will actually fit with almost everything if you're eating,
Yeah,
I would say.
that's exactly. You know, you could be out there, everything from fish tacos to burgers to.
Yeah, for the dog.
Yeah, exactly. Bow wow.
Oh wow. Move.
So now we're going to go ahead and compare the 2 Brew Free or Die IPAs we have. We have the original Brew Free or Die IPA. And we have the Brew Free or Die IPA with the blood orange. These both are stronger IPAs with definitely more IBUs. Thank you, Joe.
And both pretty light on the colors.
All right. Christina, would you like to start?
Yes, I will.
Take a drink of that, and then after you tasted that, compare it to this one. Joe is right. They're both lighter, lots and lots of frothy white head.
Very frothy. Let's go.
Yeah.
This is very orangey.
It's supposed to be. Where did the hops go?
Yeah. And what's interesting, if you go to the next one, we'll circle back around. Now you can give some tasting notes. You'll notice
this is definitely.
the blood orange, and and the hops have disappeared. And in here, it's as if it was never
This
there.
smells mild compared to that one.
You smell any hops?
Mm-mm.
It's a blood grape or blood orange.
Blood orange. So it's interesting because the non-blood orange one still has a fruity smell to it. Almost, I would say, peachy, nectarine maybe, smell.
This is just orange.
Yeah.
Not so
This
much.
one is, as you said, just orange.
Mhm.
This blood orange, very strong.
Dried fruit.
Yeah. This one is fresh orange.
But there's, well, I mean, from IPA, no hops.
Yeah, there's 0 hops attached to either of this aroma. It's a very interesting phenomenon. Especially,
It's not at all what I expected.
especially because the IBU count is very actually high on this one. I mean, not enormous, but it's 70 IBUs, which is definitely more
Oh, yeah.
than the 40 and change, 45 they had in the Down to Earth Session IPA.
I mean, it was a sad, especially with the blood orange one.
It's interesting. I mean, it definitely doesn't taste like an IPA.
No, doesn't.
I mean, from a non-beer drinking sort. Did you taste a lot of hops? Was it bitter?
Slightly.
So for an
Slightly,
an
yeah.
IPA would be typically much
Yeah,
more
yeah.
flavorful, much more, there'd be
More
bitter,
bite, much more bite.
more bite, more hops, and
Yeah.
I mean, theoretically. And this has none. And I mean, the blood orange one, not surprising. The Brew for Your Diet regular IPA, 70 IBUs, I expected to have some bitterness.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
not
after one, actually, the blood orange has more bitterness in it,
It does.
which is even
Yeah.
stranger.
It's got this dried fruit. I could say that the original has dried fruit. But I mean, kind of maybe apricot, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, so not just maybe it was a peach and nectarine, but more of an apricot.
Mm-hmm. That was actually what I was going for.
And this is just a blast of blood orange juice.
Yep.
And you're right, a hint more bitterness in the blood orange one.
That's very strange to me.
Well, stranger things have happened, but it's okay.
It's okay. It's definitely okay.
We'll get 3 straws and pull up next to our malt shop and finish these off. We'll be back. So now we're going to move to the blah 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 IPA,
The green can IPA.
the green can IPA. It's an imperial IPA.
So Joe and I should feel superior.
Yes. You're right. You
Don't
both
you
come
always?
from somewhat imperial nations. Is there a Yap King?
We don't have kings, we have chiefs.
Oh,
Which I guess
sorry,
is
tribal. Yeah.
Equivalent to a king.
Yes.
Thank you for the head, man.
Welcome.
Thanks. Yeah, as you can see, it's a fantastic head.
It seems like you poured the first one. Okay.
It's it's straw golden.
Yeah.
Joe, have some of mine.
No, it's okay. Thank you.
Oh, it'll turn into beer. No,
It's gonna be beer sometimes.
it's a magic trick. I like to play. Ooh, this is sweet.
Sweet.
Nice. It's pineapple. The aroma's very much pineapple.
And pears.
And pears. Yeah, I can smell pears.
Okay, what is that?
Cheers.
It has a bitter aftertaste.
It has a very light bitter aftertaste. For an imperial IPA, definitely does have.
Yeah, and it's very, very light
Yeah.
in color for imperial.
It is sweet. You can get that pineapple. Yeah. Again, light bitterness, but there's that sweetness. Do you find the sweetness?
Yeah.
Not much clinginess at the end. Like it doesn't cling and hang around.
Do you think?
No, I think.
I think it leaves very sweet.
Well, it's gone.
Okay, maybe it's just me.
It's because you keep drinking. You don't stop.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you gave him a bunch of thought.
Yeah, you gave me the sugar part. Sugar tits.
You need sweetness.
Yeah, definitely.
Looks like you've been hit with the sugar stick.
No, that was the rhythm stick, man.
This is good. It definitely doesn't taste like an imperial.
No, I mean it's good, but exactly.
A smooth
It's not
drinking,
even. It's not even close.
a smooth drinking imperial IPA.
I didn't know that existed.
So an Imperial IPA for you, is a super strong, heavily hopped IPA.
Usually much darker than this one.
Darker, stronger. I mean, it's 8%, but compared to the regular Brew for Your Die at 7, I mean, this isn't a massive jump, but I like it. It's easy, but you're gonna get in trouble with this. Because
I bet you will.
You'd go through a few of these because again, it has that lovely aroma, so it's a nice smell. The taste isn't overwhelmingly strong, just enough to be nice, mellow. 21st seems to be producing a lot of mellow beers. I think you said
That's
earlier.
what it is. I mean, they all very drinkable.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, we'll kill this one off and then we'll move to our last beer.
Yeah.
All right, and now we're going to taste our 8th and final beer for the session. It is called Back in Black, a black IPA.
So is the color black?
I would guess so.
You're going to find out. But feels like she's done this before.
Very disappointed.
It's more brown than black, isn't it?
Yes.
That's true. So
It's pretty black.
It's
black
pretty dark.
black IPAs are a new concept. I mean, relatively, in the beer world.
Yeah, it's more... Oh, man.
Oh no! What
Oh,
have I done?
no, what happened?
I feel like she's gonna donate some to me. Don't worry.
It smells like rotten something.
Okay,
Rotten something.
Okay, hold on. Let's take. The Yap is going to comment first.
Let me comment first, because this is not black. Look.
It's dark brown.
This is
It's very dark brown.
This is dark amber brown.
Yeah.
It's got a tan head.
It has.
I don't smell anything rotten.
Black bottom.
Hint of coffee.
It's more caramelly than I think coffee.
No, there is coffee.
There is a smell of
I
coffee.
can smell the coffee, but it's just blinded by the malt,
Yeah.
which I'm looking for
I said a
hops.
hint of coffee.
Yeah, I'm looking for hops, and I'm not finding any.
I don't think they use hops. Cheers, man.
Cheers.
And woman.
Yeah, there's some little hint of coffee, strong malt, very malty. I mean, not a roasted malt, but I think it's that
Sweet malt.
Yeah, that caramel malt.
Yeah.
Very malty. I do taste a little bit of coffee.
Not-
definitely
yeah.
coffee.
Not a hint of hops, though. I mean, the bitterness is
I
from
told
the
you,
smoke.
they don't use hops.
It's fascinating. I mean, definitely the coffee, caramel strong, maltiness, no hops. I mean, it's almost like a lightened stout of some sort.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't taste like an IPA at all. It definitely doesn't taste like a stout or a porter. American IPA brewed with rich dark malts, which of course gives it this color. 65 IBUs. I mean, the bitterness is somewhat there, but it's definitely from the malt, not from the hops.
Yeah.
6.8%. Do a little damage, but I mean, honestly, I could say this isn't something to write home about.
Not at all what I expected.
I mean, your next email to Uncle Janne,
Yeah.
Farbror Janne, I wouldn't be writing this about this.
No.
Do you have an Uncle Janne?
No.
No writing to him either. So what are your thoughts? First you start with rotten. I feel like you may have backed off that a bit.
What?
The rotten statement, otherwise you wouldn't be continuously drinking it.
No, the rotten was like the initial taste. But it does have an aftertaste.
It does. A little bitterness. that dark, clingy, malt.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm not a fan.
Of these 8,
I mean,
I don't get it, this one at all.
this has been an interesting brewery for us to taste, and I'm glad we did it in quantity. We have a habit of doing 4 packs, just to get a nice sampling of fun stuff and enjoying it. But I'm glad we did the 8 because there were so many mellow, and then there was a couple of very interesting ones. And this is a disappointment, but again, only because we know the whole batch. Otherwise, we would have just said, oh well, a bad one, and then moved on, right?
Yep.
By having the 8, we were said, this is not indicative of what they do.
No.
They do a very interesting mellow beer. But again, none of it has that many hops. You're right. You said it earlier.
Yeah, I did.
I don't think they use hops through it. You're right. It feels like they don't. 21st is a West Coast, brewery. They have plenty of West Coast breweries that know how to do IPAs and everything with a lot of hops. I mean, Green Flash, which of course just recently had some unfortunate news, where they were being sold off, right?
Yeah.
But of course, our friends at Sierra, right?
Yeah.
They started a lot of this hop forward West Coast kind of beers. I mean, there's a lot of really good options out there. I can't say it's a bad brewery. I mean, everything's very mellow and very easy to drink. I think if it weren't at such a premium here in the Southeast, this would be the kind of beer that you could grab at a 12-pack and just hang out.
At least 6 of them I could easily drink again
Yeah.
and enjoy them, but I think which was this one?
The blood one or the
No, not the blood one.
the alternative?
Yeah.
The brew free or die.
Yes.
I wasn't that impressed with that, but it's okay.
No,
It was
that and this one is the one I like the least.
I mean, overall, I'd give this.
But I mean, 6 out of 8 is not bad.
I'd give this brewery pretty decent marks. But
Absolutely.
again, I mean, they're easy drinking beers.
Yeah.
I mean, again, some of them have a very high alcohol content for easy drinking beers, but nonetheless, easy drinking.
Mm-hmm.
Cheers for that. He's drinking.
Easy drinking.
The Yap. What's your opinion on this brewery?
No, nothing really. I have nothing to compare it to, but not bad.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Subscribe if you want, and you want to see fat guys drinking beer. And give us a thumbs up, and comment if you want us to try any other beers.
And like us on Facebook.